Okay, these are my first flights with the MJX RC Bugs 8. I'm really looking forward to this, and I'm going to have a go with all the different options that we've got. So first option is you can actually fly it without the FPV, so you can just fly it as a normal quad, and we'll just give it a quick go like that. To put the transmitter ready for binding, this is an unusual way of starting up. You simply hold down the red button here, turn it on, and you get a flashing green LED. And then there's no on-off switch with this quad. You just have to plug in the battery, and then that makes it live. And then you heard the transmitter make the long beep, and then the green LED stops flashing. And then the LEDs on here stop flashing as well. You don't get the red ones on until you actually start the motors. And to get everything ready to start, you unlock the motors by pulling this back and right, and as you saw, we've got flashing LEDs there, and then we simply press this one.
I actually got it slightly wrong earlier. When you pull these down and to the right, that actually calibrates the gyros on the quad, so if you've had an accident or anything, or it's not quite flying right, before you start using any of the trims, definitely try and calibrate it on somewhere flat and don't move it while you're calibrating it. And to start the motors, you just simply press the button and it starts it. So I misread it slightly in the instructions.
And then we're away and we're started, and it is pretty quiet. Rather nice. Okay. Yeah, oh, that's quite soft actually. I'll give that quite a lot of throttle before we can sort of get any lift. Oh, no, it's nice. Now, MJX RC always start in high rates, which is unusual, because most quads start in low rates and then go up to high rates. That's nice. Now this is an entry-level racer, they say. It doesn't fly in acro and it doesn't fly in horizon either, and I'll probably explain that more when we go into the actual review summary on it. But what it does do is fly rather nicely, I must admit. Oh yes. It's not aggressive, that's in high rates. So I'm going to change it to low rates, simply press that one, and you can see now we're getting much softer. And it's only got the 2 rates. Oh yeah, that is quite soft actually. So if you're new to flying, you could sort of get away with that actually. Wow, what a quad to start with if you're new to flying. I started with £10 ones. So, yeah, so just to show you what the difference is, we've got, this will be low rates. I'm going to pitch forward at, and then I'll show you how it pitches when it goes into high rates. So it's low rates. There we go. Whoa, you saw that kick in there. So much. Not, there is a huge difference, sorry, yes. I obviously like the high rates. I fly quite a lot, so I find it a lot easier. You can operate the camera as well. You don't need the FPV to actually do that, but I'm actually going to pop the FPV screen on next, so we just give that a go. Just before I do that, let's just quickly do a quick couple of flips, show you what they look like. So simply press this one. Oh, and you have to hold it down. There we go. Oh, it's quite aggressive sort of flip actually. Whoa, really throws itself at it. I'm not overly impressed with that as a function on quads, to be perfectly honest. I'd say it's really nice. It's quite nice looking quad as well. Yeah, it's really quite cool. So let's swap this over and just add the screen to it. There we go. The motor's never shut off, so you won't be able to manually flip it. As you can see, I've got the throttle right the way off there, and the motor's still ticking over until I hold this down. So, and then you get loads of beeps off everything, just warning you that you've actually shut down. The MJX RC system is great because if the battery starts to run low on your quad, it will send a beep back to the transmitter. If it loses signal, the quad will beep and shut down. It's a really nice, there's a little bit of telemetry going on there, and it's really nice, works really well. Onto this little screen, and you can buy these in all sorts of guises. You can get this plain like it is without a camera, you can get it with a screen with a camera, you can get the goggles and the screen and the camera. So they're sort of trying to suit all sorts, I think. So I'm going to flick the screen on and it should come up instantly. There we go. And down the bottom right here, I'm not too sure you see that, bottom left, sorry, it tells you how much recording time you've actually got on the micro SD card that I've popped in there, and I'll show you how I did that at the end of the summary. and you can search channels. I've run through all these things in the previous video when I was sort of doing an unboxing video of it. So I'm going to start the video, and let's just simply hold that down. You get a double beep, and then this will change and start counting up of what you're using. So now we're basically using a 5.8 gigahertz FPV system. So yeah, I love the way it sort of alerts that everything's actually coming live. So. Well, that's really nice actually. Actually going to drop it down into low rate, see what I can actually do a proper little bit of videoing. Because I would, you know, nice and smooth tends to work with videos. I always think anyway. It depends what you're after. And those LEDs are really nice and bright. A sort of selfie there. Hey, it's a bit wider. I must check how wide the lens is, because it's a bit wider than a lot of them. A lot of the smaller quads, or the quads that come with cameras on, tend not to have particularly good wide angle lenses. I'm actually going to pop that up in high rates because we're actually getting quite a lot of wind here. That's just over 100 meters there. Well, yeah, we're way out over 100 meters. Yeah, that's working quite well. Hey, no, that is a lot. That's working really well. It must be best part of 150 meters there. Yeah, that's lovely. Whoa, that's really nice. I find screens for FPV a little bit difficult, I must admit, because I keep wanting to do line of sight. I fly a lot of line of sight. I like line of sight as well as FPV. So nice and gentle, really smooth. That range was really good. I did give it a quick test last night, and I didn't get anything like that. So I wondered if I was just on a ghost channel or something or other, because that really went well. And that was way over 100. Well, I'd say that's 150 meters the way we're out in that field. I'll give it a proper test later on and pop that into the summary. It's such a quiet flyer. Can you hear that? Well, I don't suppose you can actually, but and when it gets a move on, it does get a move on. It's pretty good fun. Like I say, it's not a racer. It's I wouldn't call it a racer. Or a very beginner racer, for a few reasons which I'll run through as I sit down and do the summary again, I think. So there we go. So that works quite well. Oh, I'll tell you one other thing I'll do. I'll just take a still photograph with it as well. So let's just pop that up and just do a little bit of a selfie, because it would be quite a good selfie quad. There we go. So So I'm going to stop the video and then just simply, whoops. That's better. So that's taking stills. I'll pop those on. And we can alter the angle of the camera as well, which is rather good, and I'll run through that in a minute. We're probably going to alter that a little bit when we do the FPV. That's better. I'll try and get the house in as well. Selfie of the house. So. Actually, I'll just quickly show you that. Let's just angle that camera down. So we can change the angle of the camera here. It can actually go up. So if you're racing around and you're using FPV on the goggles, when you're actually pitching forward, that would actually be really useful. But this one, I'm just going to point it down a little bit, not too much. And then we'll just see how we get on there. And there is a bit of a breeze in the go. Yeah, that's actually working quite well. No, that's nice. Yeah, it's actually quite a nice little camera bird, actually. Hey, rather good. Yeah, it's good. So even if I kill the motors, it won't kill them. You can hear they're still actually running. You don't actually get a still motor. So, oh, and we got flashing LEDs. Whoa, that's quite quick. Well, what I'll do is I'll run the battery out. So, because that wasn't 14 minutes or whatever they quote. So, but sometimes they can run for ages on the low battery warning. So let's just bring that in and land it. I was going to actually fly FPV on the goggles, but I don't really want to do that with a low battery warning because I don't know how long it will last. So we'll just see how we get on. That's a kick out, but then battery's low, so I'll do a proper kick out in a wee while. And that's yaw in high rates, yaw in low rates. So there's quite a difference with the two. I think we're going to get ages on this. I could have gone on to the goggles, but I wouldn't recommend it because you're never sure. You're never sure how long you're actually going to get on a low battery warning, and it is a low battery warning. So another way around it is just to have a little timer, so you know exactly how long you've been flying, which is a different way of doing it. I just noticed the front LEDs stay on even though we're getting a low battery warning, and the back ones are flashing. So yeah. Right, I'm finally losing power there. Whoa, so we've totally gone. Make sure you kill that kill switch, otherwise you could burn an ESC. Not supposed to, it's supposed to have overrides on it, but I was a little bit worried about that. So that was a heck of a long low battery warning. If I take that off, now I get a different beep off the transmitter that it's lost signal from the actual quad itself.
Okay, so all the toys out now. We've got the goggles and everything to play with, and I'm going to record the FPV signal on this external monitor. It won't be exactly the same as what we get on here because the actual antennas are going to be different. So, but I will talk through any sort of dropout that I'm getting and when I get it, and I will definitely get it in this garden because if I fly the other side of the house, I always lose signal over there or it breaks up. So it'll be interesting to see how good it is. So I've got the quad all on, we're all bound up, ready to go. If you're flying FPV, it just suggests you tilt the lens up just a wee bit and you can just about adjust it to wherever you like, really. I'm just going to try it there. I'm probably not going to fly that aggressive, but we'll see how we go. I'm going to flick on the actual screen itself and make sure we're all on the correct settings and everything, and we are. And then this is a fantastic little device, I think, the way they've designed this. It just simply slots into there, and then we're ready. In there we've got FPV. So I really like the setup. So you can have a go with flying with a bit of screen or line of sight, however you like, and then you can go fully onto your goggles.
Okay, I'm going to give it a go in low rates first of all. So I'm going to drop the rates down. I'm going to start the video on the actual quad itself, and we should be all ready to go. Yep. Let's just see how we get on, shall we? Hey, really nice just to start with, to be honest. The wind is, like I say, a little bit gusty around the garden this afternoon. Whoops, and it's sort of giving it a bit of a wobble there. That actually is flying really well. And here I go hitting a tree, I'm sure. Yeah, getting a bit of prop wash there, that's fair enough. And the signal might drop off on the screen I'm recording on quicker than it will drop off on the actual goggle, so I'll let you know as we do. Get a little bit of break up now, and like I say, that wind really is quite strong, but nice and smooth, very smooth actually. I must admit though, sort of immediately this screen is not as good as some of my other goggle screens, and it certainly isn't. It's just not as clear, and I can see every pixel, so it's nothing to do with the my focusing or anything. It just couldn't be any sharper anyway. Well, oh dear. Now, do I really want to fly through here? This is quite a challenge through here. Hey, and it's done it all right. Well, I can hardly see anything now, to be honest. It's only because I know the garden so well. Whoops! Don't I just? Actually, I reckon I could still start that from there. If it could still fly, yeah, I can get out of there. Yay, look at that. okay. A bit of a boring field to fly in, I think, but I can check out how far the FPV range is on this now. So let's just see how we get on. And it's pretty windy actually, as you can tell by, there we go, the way that's going. Oh, that's a good range test already. That's working fine. That's at full pitch. That is not going to do 50 kilometers an hour. We're just up to the football post at the other end. We're just starting to get a little bit of drop out there. Well, it's still going strong. I can still see the LEDs as well, believe it or not. Wow, that has got some range on it. Yep, past the next one. Oh, just starting to drop out now on the range there. Whoa, that's still going pretty strong. Okay, just got to turn that around and bring that back towards us. That's coming in, hopefully. Hey, that came back as well. Wow, that was pretty impressive, that. That is quite nippy actually. Because actually when I'm pitched over, it actually hasn't got enough guts to keep it up. 3, 2, 1. So that was full pitch, full throttle. You can't flip it, manually flip it, because you can't actually turn the motors off. Oh, well, perhaps you can. Oh dear, it's got the same bugs problem that we had before. If you flip it, once it gets past a certain stage, it really has a problem. Oh, I'm just going to try that. I hadn't tried flipping it before. That might be why. Just stop the video to make sure we've got that. There we go, we did. Oh, you can hear that. Oh no, it doesn't. It just keeps going. Hey, it does flip. I flipped it. It's a bit like the bugs. It's not overly happy once you do it. Low battery warning. Well, we know we've got loads of power in it. Shall I give it another go? What could possibly go wrong? Yeah, it does flip. It's pretty sort of lethargic, isn't it? Hey, gentle flips. I bet they look great on the video. Whoa, that's difficult to recover. Whoa, yeah, it does take a few seconds for those gyros to come back on. It really does. Whoa!